Okay, so we're gonna put $10 on the first 12, $10 on the second 12, and then $10 on red, and we're going to put $10 on the third column. Okay, so we're gonna put a $10 bet on the third column. All right, and let's spin. That's a 12 red. All right, we got the red, we got top column, we got everything. Rebet, and we're going to spin. That's a 16 red. That's a 1 unit win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 22 black. All right, so that's a 10 unit loss. Now we only on full losses do we increase. Okay, so let's rebet and spin. Okay, we got 27 red. Okay, that's a 10 unit win. Okay, and the reason why we only got 10 was because we got the red column, but we didn't get the dozen. So let's go ahead and rebet and spin. All right, that's a 10 black. All right, that's a 10 unit loss. That's a 1 unit loss, so we're just going to rebet and spin. All right, that's an 11, black 11. All right, that's another 10 unit. That's another 1 unit loss. Rebet and spin. That's a 13. All right, and that's another 10 unit loss. Okay, those blacks hurt us. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and spin. All right, that's a 14 red. That's a good one. That's a 10 unit win. All right, so we're just going to rebet and spin. We're not increasing the bet on partial losses. That's a double zero. That is a full loss. So this is going to be the first time we're going. This is going to be the first time we're going up. And with losses, what we're going to do is rebet. And all we're going to do is increase it by 1 unit. So the first time I'm just going to double it and we're spin. It's a 31 black. All right, that's another full loss. So we're going to rebet. Now you get to see what I'm going to do. So we're only going to go up 1 unit on each. And we're going to go ahead and spin. Let's see how this system can pan out. That's an 8 black. All right, so that's a 30 unit. That's a 3 unit loss. So what we do, we do not increase with partial losses. So we're just going to rebet and spin. All right, that's a 32 red. All right, that's a 60 unit loss. Okay, it's still a partial loss, so we're not going to increase. We're just going to rebet and spin. Okay, that's a 2 black. All right, that's another partial loss, so we're just going to rebet and spin. Let's hope we can come back. We need a red. All right, that's a 35 black though. That's a total loss. Yep, that's a total loss. So we're going to go up another unit on each and spin. We need one of those jackpot numbers to come in. That's a 33 black though. That's not good. It's a partial loss, so we're just going to rebet and spin. All these partial losses are really kicking us back. All right, that's a 30 red. Finally got a red. Hopefully it's on the top. It is. It's a 40 unit win. All right, so 4 unit win. So we're going to rebet and spin because we're not in session profit. All right, that's a 13 black. It's going to be hard to dig ourselves out of this one, I think, guys. All right, so rebet, and we don't do anything with partial losses. I mean, I think we should really increase with partial losses because we're in trouble here. That's another partial loss. But we do not increase on partial losses according to the Roulette Master. But I think partial losses you're gonna have to increase. That's a 2 black. It's another partial loss. Rebet and spin. If we'll increase with partial losses, I don't know, we might be in more trouble. That's a 28 black. That's another full loss. So we're gonna rebet and we're gonna climb. Either that or I think we should be doubling. It's gonna be hard to dig ourselves out of this. I think we should be doubling. It's a 19 red. Always glad to see it red. All right, that's a 50 unit win. But that's not session profit. That's way down. I don't know if we're gonna be able to dig ourselves out of this one, guys. That's a 7 red. That's a good one. All right, that's another 55 unit win. Rebet and spin. But I really think we should be doubling. That's a 13 black. All right, that's a 50 unit loss. That's a 5 unit loss. So we don't do anything with losses. Either we have to go up 10 units on losses, or that's a good one. That's a $200. That's a 20 unit win. So rebet and spin, but we're still not in profit. So let's hope we get another red one on top. That's a 1. All right, that's a 50 unit win, I believe. That's okay. Okay, rebet and spin. Maybe we can get out of this, but it's really taking our bankroll here today. That's 27 red. That's a good one. That's a 50. Oh, it's only 50 because it didn't hit the first or second 12, which kind of stinks. Okay, but that's all right. One thing I might change on this strategy is I might play the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all 6 on reds. So what I might do is I might change it to the first and the third 12 because then I'll have six jackpot numbers instead of only 5. If you see that. So we're just gonna rebet though and spin. Yeah, I think that's a better play. All right, that's a 30 red. See, that would have been a jackpot. That would have been 200 instead of 50. Okay, so we're gonna rebet and spin though. We would have had two $200 wins. We would have been way ahead. That's a 0 though. That's not good. All right, so now we got a total loss. So we're gonna rebet and we're gonna add 10, and I am going to change it now. Hope I don't make a mistake, but I'm going to change it, and we got 50 on each. Right, so that would be 50, 50, or is it 60 on each? It's $60 on each. All right, so let's go ahead and spin. I changed that. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake. That's a 22 black though. Yeah, it was a mistake. So we just had another total loss, but that's okay. Rebet, and we're gonna put 10, 10, 10, 10, and spin. All right, we got 650. We're down $650 now. Hopefully we can climb out of this. That's a 19 red. 19 red. That's a 140 unit loss, but we don't do anything on partial, so we're just gonna rebet and spin. Let me know in the comments below what we could change that would make this better. I mean, should we be increasing even on partial losses, even if it's only, because it is only 1 unit, so it's not like we're doubling. So let me know in the comments below what you think. But for now, we're not going to be doing that because that's just the way the Roulette Master has it. But and let me know also if you would definitely suggest changing to the first and 12. Okay, that's a 7 unit loss, so we're just gonna rebet and spin. It would have benefited us if we would have been on there from the beginning. That's 27 red. All right, that's a good one. That's a 280 win. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now we got 6 red numbers on the top instead of only 5. So we're gonna rebet and we're gonna spin because we're not in session profit yet, but we need a couple more wins like that. And at least now we have the numbers there. So okay, so like he plays, he doesn't increase with partial losses. I might increase with partial losses just to bring back the money a little bit faster. That's a 30 red. Another jackpot number in the column that I changed. All right, so let's go ahead and rebet and all right, spin. We're still down 440 units. That's a 6 black. All right, that's 140 units. That's a 14 unit win. That's good. Rebet and spin. All right, that's good. So now we're only down 3 for 30 units. That's a 0 though. That hurts. All right. So we're gonna rebet. I think I forgot to hit a rebet. The 24 black. All right, that would have been. I don't know what that would have been. Probably partial loss. Rebet. All right, and spin. All right, that's a 4 black. All right, that's a 7 unit loss. So rebet and spin. I don't know, guys. I don't think we're gonna get out of this, but I think if we would have had I think if we would increase this, I don't know. We wouldn't know until we did it, right? So let's rebet and spin. Maybe I'll do a video on this, another video with the bets that I have, and but the only difference will be I will increase bets. That's a total loss. So I'm going to rebet. I'm going to increase by 10, and I will maybe increase it anyway, even on the partials, because, all right, that's a 320 loss. All right, so I think we can still do another one. Increase it and spin. We need one of those jackpot numbers. That's 26 black. Oh, that's not a jackpot number. That's a 9 unit loss. Let me see where we're at. Yeah, we still got another spin. We can still spin. This is a $2,000 bankroll. So we're going to go ahead and spin. Hopefully we get one of those jackpot numbers to get us out of this. But that's definitely not going to help. That's a total loss. And let's see where we're at. $160. All right, guys, so we're not going to go any further. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another roulette spin. And please comment below on anything that we could do to make this better. All right, thank you, guys. And you guys have a great day.